in a circus sideshow than in the history books. Yes, Hitler was a weird guy, and today we're going to peel back the layers of the dictator to reveal the quirks and eccentricities that made him not only dangerous, but downright bizarre. Hitler was obsessed with being seen as larger than life, yet in private he was riddled with insecurities. He was a strict vegetarian, not out of compassion for animals, but because he believed eating meat would corrupt his body and shorten his life. He lectured dinner guests for hours about the cruelty of meat eating, all while planning mass killings of humans without the slightest remorse. Imagine being scolded by Hitler for ordering sausage. And speaking of health, his personal habits were nothing short of extreme. He was a germaphobe who hated shaking hands, terrified of disease, and obsessed with cleanliness. Yet he lived in a fog of his own bizarre medical treatments. Hitler's personal physician, Theodor Morell, pumped him full of drugs daily, vitamin injections, strange hormones, and eventually heavy doses of methamphetamines. By the late 1930s and early 1940s, Hitler was essentially a drug addict in charge of a world war. Let's talk about his sleeping habits. Hitler was basically a night owl. He often stayed awake until 4 or 5 a.m., rambling to his inner circle about art, history, or whatever nonsense crossed his mind. He'd wake up late in the afternoon, completely out of sync with the rest of the world. Military officials often had to wait hours just to brief him, which cost Germany precious time during key battles. Imagine losing a war because your leader couldn't wake up before noon. But his weirdness didn't stop there. Hitler had countless phobias. He was terrified of cancer, haunted by the possibility of dying young, and obsessed with strange remedies. He refused to drink alcohol but drank liters of tea and ate absurd amounts of cake and sweets, giving him severe digestive issues. And here's the part nobody likes to talk about. Hitler had constant stomach problems, chronic flatulence, and took an array of bizarre medications to keep his body under control. Imagine the Führer of the Third Reich pacing around his bunker, high on meth while complaining about stomach cramps.